Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are still shedding light on the five-way summit Egypt is hosting today. To shed more light on this, we had the pleasure to have this phone with Her Excellency Ambassador Souaad Shalaby, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, Your Excellency, Ambassador Shalaby. How do you see the importance of Egypt's hosting the five-way summit today in the New Alamein city, as Egypt is acting as the heart of the Arab nations, and the role that Egypt is playing, the central role that Egypt is playing among the Arab countries?
This five-country Arab summit is very important, and it's a unique one that the brothers and sisters of Arab countries are coming to visit us and to hold a summit. Of course, this is a fraternal summit first, and also they are discussing strategic partnership together. As you know, Egypt and Jordan and United Arab Emirates had already strategic partnership, and they have signed an industrial partnership 2 years ago. And this time they are discussing further cooperation, further strengthening of bilateral and regional security relations.
Yes.
So it's a very important summit.
Yes. So, Your Excellency, Ambassador Shalaby, the meeting or the summit, the five-way summit, is addressing the issue of energy and food security. Could you shed more light on this?
Yes, of course. As you know, the whole world is suffering now from the two problems of food security and energy security because of the war in Ukraine and Russia, and also the talks with Iran regarding the strategic partnership, and also there are many problems that are facing the world, especially after COVID-19 had a lot of economic impact, negative impact on the economy. So the talks between the leaders will shed light on how to boost relations between these five countries and the world regarding food security and regarding energy. So when they meet at this point in Alamein, there are a lot of important issues to discuss, including also increase of investments, increase of bilateral trade, increase of or shedding light on the climate change and how we are going to face it as a region.
Yes, Your Excellency, Ambassador Shalaby, do we expect signing agreements among the five-way summit today?
Well, it has not been decided. I mean, it has not been announced yet. But
yes,
it might be that first of all, the three countries, Egypt, Jordan, and Iraq, they have already boosted bilateral and regional relations, and they have allocated. They have launched integrated industrial partnership, and they might also sign a boost for the sustainable economic development between these three countries, because they have signed in 2019. Maybe this needs a follow-up, and they have they are intensifying their trilateral collaboration and their strategic relations in the field of industry, in the field of energy, in the field of agriculture, and food security, of course. But for the UAE, the United Arab Emirates, it has also bilateral, very strong bilateral relations with Egypt and Jordan. And they have already 12 projects that amount to $3.4 billion that are already in the pipeline. And these projects will boost the economic relations and the regional integration between the three countries.
Yes, Your Excellency Ambassador Shalaby, what would be the cooperation between the five-way countries summit today in the field of trade and investment?
Of course, the field of trade and investment needs a lot of facilities from the point of view of banking, of financing, the problem of also maritime transport and airline transport. So the exchange of trade will boost when we facilitate all the transportation and the financial investment opportunities, and we encourage the investments, whether it is direct investment or trade investment in trade and in industry. So we need to encourage more and facilitate the investment coming from rich countries to us and to the region as a whole, from the West and from the big banks around the world, in order to give facilitations and guarantees for investment in the field of trade and bilateral relations.
Yes, Your Excellency Ambassador Shalaby, in previous years there was a tripartite summit between Egypt, Jordan and Iraq. How would this tripartite previous summits add to the five-way summit this time?
Yes, there was an investment. This time they are going to allocate, in this meeting, they will allocate a fund for $10 billion for the joint projects that started between Egypt and Jordan and Iraq. And they are going to boost these relations in industrial projects, in trade relations, in investments in general, because the three countries are complementing each other in the field of agriculture, in the field of industry. Each country has a special interest in the trilateral cooperation. So in the field of transport, in the field of food security, these three countries could do a lot if investments are there and if they are doing long-term projects that will benefit, of course, the three countries.
Yes, Your Excellency Ambassador Shalaby, how do you evaluate the role played by Egypt in being the heart of the Arab world since President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi came to office 8 years ago?
Well, this is Egypt has been playing a very, very good role, very important role in order to link with the friendly Arab countries in the region, and also intensifying and collaborating and bonding the relations, the economic relations, because now we are facing a great uh, problem, financial problem, and also economic problem. Not only Egypt, but many Arab countries are facing this because of the lack of food security and because of the energy problem. So Arab countries are producers of oil, are exporters of oil and energy. So Egypt is concentrating on the production of gas and export of natural gas to the Mediterranean countries and to Arab countries who are in need of these of our gas, natural gas. So the role that Egypt is playing is that it is increasing its exporting of energy and also consolidating its relations with Arab countries in the field of food security, so that it reaches sustainable development, and it raises the standard of living of its people, and it can also fight fight the increase in the prices, and also in unemployment and the food crisis. In order to face the food security problem, we have to also put the prices down and also employ more workers, so that more people have salaries to be able to have to buy food, and to in the region, not only in Egypt but all over the Arab countries in the region. They have to face the new problems, the new economic problems, and increase the projects, the joint projects that are in the field of agriculture and industry, and of course increase the direct investment.
Yes, Your Excellency Ambassador Shalaby, finally, my final question is how would the five-way summit deal with the repercussions of the global economic crisis and means of facing it?
Well, that is what Egypt is doing now, and because you cannot face the global economic crisis alone, you have to integrate your economy with other economies, and to find what you lack in resources. You can get it from other countries in the region. So that is what Egypt is doing, is trying to find ways and means to boost the economic relations with its neighbors.
Yes.
And of course, this is going to help all the countries in the region to face the global economic crisis.
Yes. Yes, I thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your valuable information, Ambassador Souaad Shalaby, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Well, with this, my dear viewers, we come to the end of this episode of our program, The Breakfast Show. I was in the company of my colleague, Mahisti Rabia, and I thank you very much. My name is Amal Mukhtar. Thank you for watching.